How is it balancing the digital nomad side of things with running a business? Because it's not just a simple as move countries, you've got different time zones. Well, and keeping your clients up to date with that, I can imagine be like, oh, we're moving to Thailand, let's just say, and it's like the time zone shift is going to be massive. It's like, so we can't have our sessions in the evening, you're going to have to fit them in the morning. How is that essentially? How does that work?
Yeah, well, that was a big decision on going to Mexico because the time difference, I think when we first got there was like only 7 or 8 hours behind the UK. And I knew that a lot of my clients would end up being from the UK just because of where I'm from and the network that I've created and my presence on social media. A lot of my followers, connections, etc., were and are from the UK. So that was a big factor. We knew that if we went to, say, Thailand or Bali or Australia or New Zealand, it could prove to be a bit of a nightmare because they're 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 hours in front. That would have proved a challenge as well. So that was a big factor. So we've tried to keep it on that kind of less than 6 or 7 hours behind time difference to the UK. But don't get me wrong, it's still a challenge. And I even still get confused by time zones. And the clocks have just changed in the UK, but over here and in Central America and in Mexico, they don't change the clocks. So it's like really confusing. So yeah, they don't change it. They don't change it. So that puts you out sometimes. But the way that I've worked for a long time, even when I had my personal training business, is I like to create systems and be organized. So it makes my life easy and it makes life easy for my clients. So I've got like an online booking system where clients can go and choose their own time. They get their homework or action plans sent to them via Google Docs so they can work through that on their own time. We are connected through WhatsApp so they can send me a message and I can reply to them. So my clients and the clients that, or potential clients, they know that I'm traveling around and they've kind of got used to it. So when they do start with me, they almost know already that I'm going to be on the move, and that's just part of working with me. That's the way it is. But yeah, there's challenges like there is with anything. And one thing I've learned about traveling and living a digital nomad lifestyle is that I and my wife, we prefer slow travel. So we like to stay in an area for at least a month, sometimes longer, before we move on to the next place. Because if you're moving every week or 2 weeks, it's really disruptive and you can't get in a flow and you can't focus with what you're doing. And sometimes it can be distracting. And also, I don't feel like I can give my all to my clients if I'm just like constantly bouncing around on the moves. So we tend to stay in a place like a month or 6 weeks or something like that. So we travel a bit slower. Hence why in 18 months, I've only been to 7 countries. Some people visit like 20, 30 countries in 18 months, but that's not for me. I'm not backpacking. I'm working and traveling. I'm working remotely whilst traveling. I'm not backpacking. So we try and stay in an area for usually a month or longer.